What up, everybody? At the end of Power Book 2 Ghost Season 4, Tariq was telling Brayden and Effie that he's going to lock down a new connect, and we saw Tariq do just that by connecting with Noma's older brother Chinadu, and Chinadu agreeing to let Tariq move his product in New York City. By doing this, Tariq was able to set the new chain of command that everything goes through him from now on, even letting Brayden know that things will be different moving forward, that Brayden can work with Tariq, but they were no longer going to be partners. Tariq was able to establish this pecking order by landing the new plug. And like I've said so many times before, the plug is the most important aspect of the game. Not somebody's ability to fight. This isn't the UFC, so we can leave Tariq's fighting ability out of this. And not really even someone's ability to hustle, because we could even argue that Brayden is a better hustler than Tariq. But the key is locking down a solid connect, because without one, there's no game to be played to begin with. And without a solid connect, there will always be droughts and lags where you're waiting on a new product. When I was in the game, I wouldn't let anyone I knew ever meet my connect or even lay eyes on him for that matter. And neither would I ever let my plug meet anyone that I knew. I learned this from watching the movie Blow as a kid before I ever even got into the game. George made the mistake of introducing his partner Diego to his distro Derek, and in no time they cut out the middleman. And this is essentially what Tariq and Chinadu did by cutting out Noma, even though it wasn't part of their plan, it just happened that way. This is why Tariq could tell Chinadu with confidence that he would make him double that Noma was making, because they're literally taking her profit and putting it in their own pockets. And Brayden definitely wasn't happy that Tariq made this move without him, and that he was changing things up, telling Tariq that they were supposed to be building something as brothers. But like Tariq told Brayden, so you're going to walk away from the biggest bag of your life? But Tariq also let Brayden know that he can't keep messing up one more time and that he's out the business completely. And yes, Brayden has messed up before, but at the same time, he's also came through and saved Tariq a few times. And Tariq would be dead right now if it weren't for Brayden saving him. But like I said, when you're the man with the connect, you're the man with the power. So he could have came up with any excuse he wanted to tell Brayden that he's running things solo now. Leaving the big question, is this the beginning of Tariq and Brayden going their separate ways? Because it's obvious from Tariq's conversation with Chinadu that he won't be involved in the day-to-day business of the operation. He told Chinadu that nobody will even know where this product is coming from, while Brayden will still be on the front lines running the fight clubs, and he also needs to find a new group to promote so they can go back to selling product through the merch tables and through the online merchandise. Through the merch, they sell their product at retail prices directly to the consumers, while running the fight clubs is different. The fight clubs is a hub for other dealers to pick up product. Keep it in mind that Brayden is replacing Zion. And when they first met Zion, keep in mind that they were 50 bands short. Zion's minimum purchase was 10 keys for 250 bands. And he also told Tariq and Brayden that he was all out of slots, and that's why they had to take Roman off the board. But now with Chinadu's product, that's a whole different level of a fountain. So Brayden will now be able to open up more spots than what Zion had. Like I said at the beginning of the video, your plug can limit how much business you can actually do if the demand is greater than the supply. So while Tariq's going to be the ghost in the machine keeping his hands clean, Brayden will be responsible for handling the day-to-day business of the fight clubs and also responsible for finding the new group. Because of that, I think we'll see Tariq and Brayden each start to go their own way. Much like it's natural for high school friends or college friends to go their own way after school is over. Not saying you lose touch completely, but you don't see them every day like you did before while you were in school. And in episode 8, before LOD'd, Brayden was already telling Tariq that he was finally moving out and getting his own place. But in episode 9, Brayden was back in Tariq's dorm on Tariq's bed with his shoes on. So based on that, I think Tariq is also ready to get Brayden out of his dorm room. And now that Brayden's taken over for Zion, there's really no reason that he should still be living in Tariq's dorm and sleeping on that couch. And this is when the real challenge comes for Brayden Weston, handling life all on his own without anyone on his side. Tariq can handle this because from what I can tell, Tariq is more of an introvert. He doesn't need to be around people to thrive. It would actually prefer to be alone or simply in the company of a female. While from what I can tell, Brayden is an extrovert who thrives off being around people and being the life of the party. And this is why the business partnership with Tariq and Brayden has always worked, because the two are opposites. Tariq has always needed Brayden to be his front man so Brayden can deal with the people. Going back to Choate, when Brayden was the one selling the pills for Tariq, and when they established course correct, it was Brayden who connected with the tutors who delivered the product. While Brayden needs Tariq for that balance and to keep things even keeled and make sure that he isn't getting out of control. So right now, only one of them is still getting that benefit, and that's Tariq, still using Brayden as his front man. While Brayden's now all alone, left to run things by himself. And if him and Tariq were to go their separate ways, he no longer has Tariq with him all the time. His girlfriend, Elle, doesn't want anything to do with him, and neither does his own family. And to make matters even worse, Elle got Brayden doing coke, and we've seen it progressing more and more throughout the season. In episode 9, Effie told Brayden that Tariq said no drugs, because Brayden was doing coke anyway, and he told Effie, Reek says a lot of things. And now that Brayden is all alone, there's a chance that he's going to spiral even more out of control with his addiction. And that wouldn't be a good thing, with Brayden even taking on more responsibility now, running the fight clubs. Not to mention that Tariq warned Brayden, if he messes up one more time, then he's out. This is adding even more pressure to someone who's already trying to overcome an addiction, even though we don't even know if Brayden is actually trying to quit or not. I think Tariq might have been trying to force Brayden to quit by telling him that, but in reality, adding the extra pressure might just have the opposite effect. Keep it in mind, when Brayden first started using, he told Tariq that it was his outlet to deal with everything that he had going on. So now that Brayden has the extra pressure of not messing up again, running the fight clubs, not having Tariq by his side to help him, no girl in his life, and no family that wants anything to do with him. Will Brayden give in to the pressure and keep using powder as his outlet and completely lose all control, possibly even falling deeper into addiction like crack or heroin? Or Brayden could overcome this, kick the coke habit, and come out stronger than he ever has been before. I think a big factor that will determine this is what type of female will Brayden fall for next, because we know that Brayden falls in love fast, and being by himself, he'll likely look for a girl to replace Elle. This girl could be good for Brayden, potentially a girl like Kiki, who wouldn't tolerate Brayden doing drugs. Or it could be real bad for Brayden, find another girl like Elle, who he can just get high with all day, every day. And there you have it. Will Brayden overcome his cocaine addiction and the pressure of being on his own? Or will he spiral even more out of control in the next spinoff? Leave your thoughts, theories, and predictions in the comments.